is Wednesday, my dudes.
Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Toast, a podcast about comic book stuff where we talk about all kinds of comic book related stuff. My name is Lex, and I'm here with my co-host Simon. Simon, what's up, man?
Hello.
That'd be cool if you talk like that.
The whole time? I don't think I could keep it up the whole time.
I was gonna say Simon's birthday was recently, so that's what he sounds like now. He's crossed over. He's over the hill.
Yeah, I just yell at kids and animals in my yard. Spend way too much time in the garden now.
Yeah. And you're just sitting there. You're not even gardening.
I will
having an existential crisis.
Yeah, just staring into the sun. I did randomly, like, there were some trees, like little saplings growing in the backyard.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I need to take care of those. I just mow over them most of the time.
That's what I do.
But
and
they were tap. Yeah, exactly, like just shrapnel. But I was like, I should really take care of these. I'll just dig them up. So I go out there with the shovel that I have, which is like a ditch shovel that I bought specifically for routing water in the back of my house. So I'm really getting into it. But anyway, I start digging at these things, and I guess they grew out of branches. Like, I guess somebody trimmed this other tree that we had back there. They fell, and then it just grew because the saplings are like a foot tall. They're nothing. They're green, bendy. I go to dig the roots. The roots are like 3 inches wide and like 4 feet deep. Wow. I dug like a trench in my backyard just to pull out 3 little saplings. It was crazy.
Damn, that makes me want to do it because I have a good amount back there. But also, I think we're about to move from this place, so it's someone else's problem.
Yeah, just leave them. They're fine. They're fine.
That is interesting, though.
Yeah, it was just weird.
I'm looking at some right now.
It's like a mimosa tree or whatever it's called.
I like it. On this week's episode of the podcast, we're going to talk about New York Comic-Con 2024.
New York.
It's weird because I get FOMO every time these big conventions come around. But for some reason, this year, it's more New York Comic-Con than San Diego Comic-Con. Like, It didn't really hit me with San Diego this year. I'm just like, it actually seems like a lot. It seems like too much for me. San Diego Comic-Con is way too many people breathing on each other there.
Yeah.
Not saying that I don't want to go.
Not saying I don't like people breathing on me, but
yeah, we should go at some point. But I really wouldn't have minded going to New York Comic-Con this year. I don't know why.
It's funny you bring it up because Nicole was going to go to New York with a friend, and the friend canceled on her, and she was like, do you want to go? And I said, no, I don't really want to go to New York on a weird weekend. I'm going to Legion's Con next month.
Yeah.
And then I looked, she was going this last weekend, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, hold on, maybe. And so I started looking at tickets and everything, and Saturday was sold out, and we would have been landing in New York on Friday. So it's like, not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like any crazy announcements. There weren't any big things. I just think there was a lot of emphasis on comic book news. And I think when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con, it's a lot of emphasis on comic book movie news. And so this seems like more, and that could be totally wrong, having not been to either one of those. But that's just sort of the perception that I get from following them throughout the week. That just seems like more of my convention. I would rather sit in panels that are about, comic book announcements and things like that, rather than a bunch of movie trailers. And there were some movie trailers and there were some shows and things. But I think maybe that's why the appeal is. So I do think we're going to try to go next year, if Simon hasn't gotten tired of me by then. And I think it'd be cool. There was a lot of toy announcements too, which I think Simon's going to give us a rundown on that in a little bit. But what about you, Simon? I guess you said you would have gone to New York Comic-Con.
Yeah, I was real close. Well, and I had a friend that went, and I was like, man, that would like an online friend,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, it would have been cool to like meet him and like go around and check it all out. I could have got my hands on some exclusives that I'm waiting on. I could have just
Yeah,
had them, so that would have been great. Um,
yeah.
but
There's specifically one comic book, which there were a handful of people that I am very grateful for that looked out for me. There was a comic book issue, one specifically that I wanted to get from New York Comic Con. It was the Absolute Batman Akira homage cover, where it's like
mm,
big, thick Batman walking to his motorcycle. I was
oh
like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah,
I I know it's overplayed, but I buy that anytime I see one, and would have really liked that. But they said it sold out instantly. There was like 2 or 3 people that looked out for me, and just couldn't make it happen.
yeah.
Which I'm always okay with that though too, because I'm like I really that keeps me from spending money. I'm like, oh shucks, but it's a win-win because I didn't spend $45 on a comic book.
Yeah, it really does become like a fate thing. A lot of times I'll leave it up to that. I'm like, oh man, I really wanted it, but oh well.
Well, yeah, I'm like, well, now I just have $40. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess I'll cry later.
Guess I'll put that in my gas tank. Gas is expensive. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Newsflash. Uh,
Oh, on this week's episode, we're going to talk about New York Comic Con. Obviously, FOMO hit hard, and I guess we'll just act like we were there and talk about all the announcements. I'm going to cover the comic book, movie, and actual comic book stuff. So I'm going to give us a rundown on the show. I think, or on the toy aspect of it, I think Simon might have more than I do. So because there was a lot of things that I was like, I don't collect a lot of action figures, but
yeah, it kind of feels like there was a lot of look at that. Do the wave. My eyebrows. ADD. Anyway, there it seemed like a lot like I didn't see really any comic news, but I don't really follow those channels, so
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's
you
it.
don't get with the
Mm-mm.
program, man. Get
I don't-
with the program.
What is
And there
this, a
wasn't
comic book podcast? I don't care about
there
comic books.
wasn't there wasn't a ton, but there was enough. They really showcased some things that they had already announced, like the DC, some absolute DC stuff, absolute. And this I'll just quick hits this because I don't have it pulled up, but they showed absolute Martian Manhunter.
That looks cool.
He looks so good, man. Some people may not like it because he looks too weird. I think he should look weird. I think it makes more
Yeah,
sense for him to look weird.
the absolute thing, I guess, is kind of like the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Um, I dig that they are staying familiar but going in different places.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
haven't read the Absolute Batman, but it does look interesting.
I kind of want us to read Absolute. I read it, but I think I want us to review that first issue because I want to know what you think. Because it's like I said, I read a lot of that stuff. So for me, it's like, oh, this is cool, and I don't think about it. But I don't ever. I want to know from someone that doesn't keep up with comic books like that, like new readers, what your opinion on it is.
Hmm.
So maybe we'll do that before the second issue comes out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just like the Ultimate Universe, and a new take on these characters that we've known and love. But they announced that. I think they showed the Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern book, Absolute Flash. So all that stuff looks great. And I think that's really well. I'll talk about some of the DC stuff. But sticking back to my list, the HBO prequel series Dune Prophecy got a trailer and a release date. Dune is one of those properties that I like. I like it, but I'm also like I don't know why I like it. Not saying it's bad.
Oof, you're gonna anger
There's
some nerds, bro.
yeah, there's so much like sci-fi jargon in those movies that I'm just like, this is over my head. I think it's good. I
It's
don't know.
it is very much created like Lord of the Rings is, like
Yeah.
J, uh, what is it, J.R. No, that's J.R.R. Martin. I get him confused. Like that
He's the
first.
Game of Thrones guy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm like, is it J.R. Tolkien or J? Like I can't remember anymore. But Tolkien created those that huge world, and I feel like Dune is very much like that. And
Yeah.
it's kind of strange to me that they're making like a prequel series. I guess that's going to delve into more of the book stuff, but to me, it's like we don't need a universe of Dune. Let's
Yeah.
just let's
Yeah,
just
because the
Dune what
main
we're doing.
the main story of Dune is it gets really weird if I
Mhm.
remember correctly.
Yeah, but
And
and well, and it's interesting like how that family. I feel like they do it in the movies pretty well. I haven't read it, so I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert, but I do know like Paul Atreides and his story, but he's not the end story. Like he has a son, and that's
yeah.
where the craziness really starts happening. I
Yeah, I
think,
haven't read it either. And I don't want I'm talking from a person that read the Wikipedia of all the books.
yeah,
So expert knowledge. I have the first one, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not sitting down reading that right now.
it's collecting
It's just
dust. It's
yeah,
collecting spice.
I don't know why I bought that. I'm not gonna sit down and fucking read that long ass book right now. What am I supposed
Yeah.
to read? Like a
What am I?
nerd?
No pictures in this book.
Well, this
Uh,
one is set 10,000 years before Paul Atreides kind of rose to fame.
mm,
I don't know. And we'll see. It follows the two Harkonnen sisters as they combat forces that threaten the future of humankind, and then they establish the Bene Gesserit. So
Bene Gesserit. Yeah. That's see, that's what I find is interesting about it. Like, especially like watching some people talk about it and they're like, oh man, it's crazy. Like they set up this thing and to have the chosen one come back and like they set up this whole thing. I'm like, y'all don't see any parallels with like real life here. Nobody's seeing
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, they're trying not to see it, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll watch it. It's on HBO. HBO does a really good job at making the first season of a show, so I'll definitely check it out before it gets canceled. Creature Commandos, they got the trailer, which was really, really cool. It's one of the first, I think it might be the first actual DCU project.
Mhm.
I don't know if anything else is coming before that.
Penguin.
No, some people are Penguin doesn't count. It can't count. Even though
Yeah.
Penguin's fine. It's good. I don't want people to be like, "What do you mean it's fine? How dare you?"
Yeah.
It,
On
it's
a
fine.
on a on a quick tangent, I heard somebody was like, it's just like Gotham. I'm like, did you watch Gotham?
Gotham is weird in a good way. It's like bad. It's like bad, but it's
Yeah.
funny. It's like watching a car wreck. Not saying car wrecks are funny.
It's like watching two clown cards collide.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's way. Thank you for that, Simon. You were like, Jesus, that dude is a
It's like watching a
psychopath.
car wreck, but like there are party balloons and shit.
Yeah. And I know some people were giving James Gunn flack for Joker too, Electric Boogaloo, but that's not a DCU project. In fact, I heard that he gave them a lot of like pointers for Joker 2, and they're like, we're not doing that. We got a plan.
It's interesting. I read somewhere that they were well. I watched the YouTube thing. I read it on YouTube.
I read the captions.
Yeah, that the whole Joker 2 thing. Not to get into that too deep, but they were like Todd Phillips had a lot of play, which is interesting because you see on the other side of the coin, like Marvel, they usually don't give the directors a lot of room,
Yeah.
and DC, it's sad because it's like he ruined it for everyone because they gave him a
Yeah.
lot of room and he didn't get a lot of notes from anything. Like he
Yeah.
fucked up that movie, from what I understand.
Yeah. That's what
Um,
I've heard too.
so that sucks for everyone that you know on the Marvel side who argues for
Yeah.
director input.
I can't wait to watch it next week. It'll be on streaming on October 29th. So
So bad, dude.
I
Ugh.
can't wait to watch it. Creature Commandos looks great. This is why I'm excited for James Gunn to be at the helm of DC Studios, the DCU, because he likes the weird, obscure things, and that is my favorite.
Mhm.
I know some people don't like that. Some people like dark and gritty Batman only. That's the only movies they ever want to see from DC. But I like the weirder characters and storylines that don't get enough shine, and this is exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think his take on Suicide Squad was fantastic. Everything's more
Yeah.
bright and colorful, and so I'm excited to see this and where it takes him. I do, unlike you, I do like the Batman. I really enjoy that
Mhm.
movie. I probably
Yeah.
watched it a couple times, but I think for me, it's like it's more the detective Batman, which I appreciate, not the can kill Superman Batman.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it. But anyway, so we'll see what he does. I'm curious what he does with Batman because his Superman has crypto, which is like I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was a real picture from him. With like I thought that was a fan made thing, and then I saw it again. I was like, oh shit, this is like real.
Yeah. That could be a whole episode on its own. That was almost the episode this week, was about how the fan reactions to crypto were just insane. They were
I
insane. I don't know if you saw any of them, but there were people that were angry online. They were saying like, he's not the same breed of dog. And then there were people that were making fun of those people. There's like the woke mind virus guy strikes again. It's like, he's a dog from outer space. He shouldn't even look like a dog.
right.
He should look like a goat with an octopus head. And he shouldn't look like a dog at all. Who
What are they?
cares,
What are
man?
they talking about? What breed? Like, is he supposed to be a greyhound or something or whatever?
I don't know. And maybe I'll lose comic book nerd points because it's Crypto the super dog. I've never cared that much. And I'll be the first person to say, like, I just said I like random characters, but who cares about Superman's dog? A lot of people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Fans are the worst fans.
Yeah,
Fans
I
of
saw
anything
one
are.
post. I try not to like engage in any of that, but I saw one post where I was like seconds away from typing a response to. Someone was like, get ready for a completely CGI dog to be flying around," and I was like, opposed to like a real dog flying around. What?
They just strap a rocket on him.
They just have
Yeah,
this dog in a harness and they're just like zipping around.
they get a stuffed dog and they hook it to a drone, and then
Yeah, I'm like, what do you think this movie? What do you think? Who do you think this dog is? He's not real, man. These movies aren't real. They're not
Mhm.
based off of real life. And even movies that are based off real life, they're movies. They're not real.
You'll
People
never
just need to
convince anyone.
disassociate some of that stuff, man. That's why I think all movies should be animated, not just superhero movies. All movies
Yeah,
ever for the rest of time should be animated.
no confusion with reality.
No confusion. I will fold on like a combo, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit situation, where
Oh
animated
yeah,
and their
definitely.
people. But every movie for the rest of the time should have an animation aspect to it.
Just
If
like
I
one
become
real random animated character.
if I become president of the world, that is my first degree.
I like it. Like
Yeah.
nothing more important. Like first
No,
order of
I-
business.
let's just get that one out of the way. Let's get the
Yeah,
important stuff done first, and then we'll tackle everything else. That
yeah.
day one. That's what are you doing on day one, Lex? That's it. My whole day is devoted to that one thing.
Make it illegal.
This next bit of news was also going to be the focus of this week's episode, but I figured Sam and I go on these rants all the time. Let's just quick bite it and go to the next thing. Spider-Man 2 PC has officially been announced. It comes out January. I forgot about Spider-Man 2, the game.
Mm,
I have my thoughts on my opinion on the first game compared to the second game. I think Simon and I have touched base on it a few times.
so we've touched tips on it before, yeah.
Yeah, we have. Apparently, it's not a big deal that it's coming to PC. Some people are upset that it's like, oh, they don't make real PlayStation exclusives anymore. It's like, shut up.
They they made 5 games in the last 5 years. They need to milk those for the money that they put into
Yeah,
them.
they need to pay. Yeah, they need to pay people, man. Um, I just want to say, shut up, nerd. And that's just gonna be my response from now on to people
Yeah.
online. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. But what really got me on this is that there's no additional story content planned for Spider-Man 2. That's the announcement they made. Also, they were like, "Hey, it's coming to PC." Also, we have no plans to do anything else with Spider-Man 2. So,
Yeah, the smallest print.
which I thought, what? This, they really. I was wondering why they hadn't even announced anything yet, but it's because they're not going to.
Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. I'm not like I'm not going to be one of those people who are going to cry about it, but it is disappointing because they set up some extra things within Spider-Man 2. They developed all these new like systems in the game just to not use them again. And like I said on X, on Twitter, like why by the time they make 3, nobody's going to care about the wingsuit anymore. Or you know what I'm
Nope.
saying? Like all this stuff that they put in, like that's old news by number 3. It needs to be better by number 3.
And number
Um,
in Spider-Man 3, who knows when that'll come out?
yeah. But I'm curious about Wolverine too, you know, like when is that supposed to
Yeah.
come out? But um
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Well,
Video
okay,
games
so
don't
a
matter
few months
anymore.
ago, yeah, that's true. A few months ago, they had leaked these plans for Spider-Man 2's DLC, which had a Carnage storyline. It had a Spider-Verse tie-in, and it had, I think, a storyline with the Beetle.
Hmm.
And it's like, sometimes you can't believe leaks, but these were very detailed, like, plans. They even looked like official art, which again, it could be doctored, but so I think maybe because I don't think it's because it got leaked. I don't think it helped. But maybe they're like, you know what, fuck it. You guys want to leak stuff? We're not. That's actually kind of funny. They're like, fuck it, we're not doing it then.
Yeah.
But they even did the stuff with spoiler alert with Silk, the character at the end, which is like what they're going to talk about that in the next game that comes out 10 years from now. I don't know.
I don't
I
remember
just
that. Uh
I just feel like it's such a big fall off from the first game.
yeah, it does feel like that. Maybe
Even
Sony just
like,
doesn't know what to do with it.
yeah,
With
even from
Spider-Man.
the suit aspect, they were doing all these like artist created suits instead of suits from the property that people actually wanted, and they just made some fresh designs, which is fine, but then nothing.
Yeah, they're ugly, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate
But
that people spent time and effort on them, but they're
yeah,
not good.
same. They're not good. The nothing. I did not want to re-download the game for any of those.
Mm-mm.
And apparently now they're putting in like this some suits from Spider Verse. But then I'm like, oh, I just don't care, man.
Which ones?
Like Scarlet Spider,
Oh, yeah.
2099, that suit, which is that's kind of cool. And one of the Miles suits, whatever one's not in the game.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool, but not cool enough for me to just read that. That game's not going to get re-downloaded for me.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because the first I played the fuck out of the first one, and I really like the
Oh,
Miles Morales one too.
yeah. Yeah. I played both of those a lot. And this one, I have not played it again since I beat it. I was really hoping that they would do something with the DLC.
Yeah, they really set up Carnage too.
Yeah, dude. What the heck, man? Oh well. Maybe
Gosh.
next time.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like a full Venom storyline. Like maybe it was like set in the time where he was Venom. Like kind of like expanded. Like this is what was happening at this time. Like the old Ultimate Spider-Man game where you could just be Venom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that didn't happen. So RIP to Spider-Man 2. And it's still a good game. I did enjoy it on my original playthrough. But it just did not hit the same as the first one.
Yeah,
And maybe,
definitely.
it's been a while since we had a Spider-Man game, I guess. Just remake Web of Shadows in the
I'd
meantime.
rather I'd rather make remake Ultimate Spider-Man. Now that you bring that up, that was one of my favorites. It was so good.
I love that game. I love that game so much. And I refuse to go back to it because it's old. It's like got to be janky.
No, it's still good. I think the only thing, like, I have it on GameCube. I think the only thing that's janky about it is like the camera is always, and
Mm,
that was just the case with every Spider-Man game until
yeah,
these newer ones. But the
I
camera
had
does
it on
kind of wig
GameCube
out.
too.
Yeah, man,
Look at
still
that.
got it.
GameCube. GameCube's such a good system. Underrated.
Super underrated.
I kind of want to get one of those TikTok shop handheld games with the 20,000 games on it
Yeah,
and put like Ultimate Spider-Man on that
it's gonna give you a mind virus.
and watch it explode. Just start
Yeah,
smoking my head. So we got a little bit more information on the Secret Level show that's coming out on Prime Video, which I'm really excited about. I don't know. I know it's an anthology series based on some of our favorite games. Crazy cast, which I a lot of times I think that when you cast these big actors in voice acting roles, it's not because they're talented, and that's no slight to them. It's just because of the name. Like they have Arnold Schwarzenegger on here, Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves, Boba Fett.
yeah.
Like
Keanu
these,
Reeves is like whatever.
yeah. Some of these, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnold's son, he was just like, "Hey, Dad, can I get in on that?" Sure, I'm sure this will be fine, but it looks great. I have no slight against this. It comes out December 10th. I don't know if it's all the whole thing's dropping on December 10th, but I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, me too. It looks cool. I like anything like that.
Yeah, I think they really sold me when it was like Ghost of Tsushima was on there, and then God of War. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't need much else. I'm sure the rest of it's gonna be fine. Craven the Hunter, the opening 7 minutes was revealed,
Mm.
and the director teased the inclusion of more Marvel characters. There are some fans, I think, that saw the entire movie this weekend,
Hmm.
and they said it was really brutal. I think this is my prediction of Craven the Hunter. If they sold the entire movie to DC Studios and they made it a Catman movie, because it's kind of like the same origins of Catman, it would be a hit. It would be an amazing movie. But I think
Catman Begins.
because because it's Craven and it's one of those weird Spider-Man DC or Spider-Man Marvel villain movies, it's gonna be terrible.
I think I would be more interested in one of those like, I don't know. Craven is a pretty interesting villain if like you've read the
Yeah,
comics, but I think with any of those characters, they have to, like, I would want him to have appeared in a movie first. So it's like,
yeah,
oh, you know this character that was interesting in this movie, and don't like kill him off immediately like they do in so many.
yeah,
Here's how he got to this point. Maybe
yeah.
that would be,
Like a Michael Keaton Vulture movie.
maybe. I don't know. That movie was, I mean, I
Birdman.
really liked him in there, but yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is. He used to be a performer on Broadway. Shot himself in the head. Mhm.
um, I yes, I agree, but I also think that they if they did the Marvel villains movie thing that they're Sony's trying to do, or specifically Spider-Man villains, they should go more obscure villains and not the main Spider-Man rogues. Like
Mhm.
they should do just completely random, like the Big Wheel, Big Wheel
Big whale, yeah.
movie. Or there's a character named Sin Eater, which is just this dude with the shotgun. They should do movies like that. They're like loosely based. It's like villains in their own life that weren't created. Not that these villains are created by Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's not an important figure in their life. He just happens to be in New York and gets in the way sometimes. But they have
Mhm.
their own story that you can tell, and a lot of people don't know them. And like I think almost there's so many big wheels in a silly suggestion, but you get what I'm saying. Like the more obscure villains, I think would be more interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
And you can be like, "Hey, this is technically a Spider-Man villain. It's Spider-Man," and you don't even have to like reference him. But I don't know.
It
We
could
got
be like Joker, where
yeah,
It's like in name alone.
Yeah, or Penguin or the Penguin show, which
I
they Penguin because in that show they're doing a lot of villain stuff. They're really talking about his character, but just Batman doesn't exist in this, in this show.
yeah.
They don't even mention him in an offhanded way or like make a nod to someone protecting the city. He just doesn't exist in this world right now. I don't know why.
He got picked up by the helicopter, man.
Wasn't he on the news for saving people?
Yeah, I mean, they mention it at the beginning. They talk about it,
Yeah.
but I've only seen the first episode.
R.I.P. Batman. Daredevil Born Again gets an official March release. That's exciting.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
I
Trailer
heard
was leaked online, and it looks like more of the Daredevil show, which is good.
somebody did say it's like it's grittier and whatever than the Netflix series. I'm like, there was a guy that got his head crushed in a door. What is
Yeah,
grittier?
yeah. By Kingpin. Yeah. Yeah, that was
What could possibly
fatality.
be grittier? Last time we saw Daredevil, he was having sex with the Green Monster. So, like, how does that fit in the same universe?
I think it looks fine. It looks like more of the Daredevil show from Netflix, in my opinion, which is not a slight. I think that's exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah, I like that show.
It's more of Marvel giving these angry fans what they want, and that this is one of those instances that's like, yeah, that works. It's fine. It makes sense. I think anything they would have done with Daredevil would have just been ripped apart. Like they couldn't have done anything else with Daredevil except bring Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio back. Fans would have been like, "This is the worst thing ever. Why didn't you just bring him back?" And so they were like, "We don't care about Daredevil that much, man."
Yeah, Daredevil. There's a small subsection of people that like Daredevil a lot.
Daredevil's cool in theory. You know what I mean? A lot of people like the idea of Daredevil. They don't really necessarily give a shit about him.
No,
like you and I like Daredevil a lot.
I feel like Daredevil is more. He's kind of like Batman to me in that he exists really well on his own, but when you start mixing him up with other people, you're like, it's just a dude, though.
Yeah, why are you there? Like, why? There was an event called the War of Kings, which it was really actually pretty cool. Daredevil put stuff in that, but at first I was like, why are you there, man? They're fighting Asgardian monsters in the streets of New York just because you live there. That's it. Oh gosh. And I don't want any Daredevil hate. I love Daredevil probably more than you listening. So go look Rust. Fantastic Four first steps. We got to see a clearer picture at Herbie, which I was way more excited than I should have been about that. I think he looks great. There's a new Marvel logo. You know, they have all the characters from different forms of the media. And Herbie was in the A. He looks great. I think that movie is going to be, I think it's going to be perfect. And as long as they embrace the campiness, which I know people don't like, but as you mentioned before, with Fantastic Four, you kind of have to, man. That's what they are. They are like a campy concept.
There's no other way to do that.
It's because you can't do serious. It's silly, you know. And you got Robert Downey Jr. coming back in some capacity. They did say that their relationship is not going to be the same. Doctor Doom and Mister Fantastic's relationship in the MCU will not be like in the comic books. Just like, why?
Yeah, we'll see. Because it's actually Iron Man.
Because it's actually Tony Stark. They really want that. I know what they want, man. I know exactly what Kevin Feige is trying to do. He wants that big moment where Peter Parker sees Tony Stark's face underneath the Doctor Doom mask, and they have that moment, or at least Tom Holland has that moment where he thinks it's Tony.
He thinks it's RDJ. Tom Holland thinks it's RDJ.
Then I get up and walk out of the theater. Boo! And then leave. I'm just kidding. I'm not obnoxious like that in real life. Just on the internet.
I don't know. I kind of am. When we were watching Joker too, I was like, "Oh my god!" Anyway.
a little bit of comic book news. As I mentioned, DC um, had talked about All In and their Absolute Universe. They also announced the return of Vertigo, which is great. I
Mm.
also wonder why they ever shelved it. I get it; they don't make very good business decisions, but Vertigo, those are some of the best books they've ever put out. Right, creative wise, storytelling wise. I mean, they're just good. They're bringing it back. Yay! I'm excited about that. Then they do something like that. They say Vertigo's coming back. Yay! Cheer! It's exciting. And then they say, also, we're announcing Batman Hush 2.
Mm.
Like, what the what? Why?
Hush too,
Uh,
man.
and also, that's not a very creative name. Hopefully, they come up with something else.
That's the worst to me. I saw, and I mean, this is not off the subject, but not DC related. But they release Gladiator 2, or it's coming out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Gladiator 2? That's all you got?
And I automatically think of Electric Boogaloo anytime something's called something too.
Yeah.
Hush 2.
Electric Slide.
Someone suggested a different title for it, and it was Batman Hush Tua. Which I was like, I like
Hush Tua.
that.
They should just call it Batman. Shh.
Yeah. Hush little baby. I don't know why, but Jim Lee's coming back, and as talented as he is, he's not a very fast illustrator. And he's old. I get it. So this book's gonna take about 10 years to come out. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Hush is one of those overrated comic book series or runs.
Hmm.
And I know it's beloved by so many people. I just think it was fine.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good encapsulated Batman story.
Yeah, it really is. It really I do agree with that. I think it's fine. If you want to suggest a book for someone to read, I think it's a good one.
I also like one thing I do like about Hush is that it introduces a character that's not really ever talked about. So to me, it's like not just
Yeah,
a rehash, even though he kind of goes through the gauntlet. It's
yeah,
not just a rehash of the same old shit.
yeah. It's kind of a fresh take, fresh storyline. I agree. And it wasn't Joker underneath the bandages. Spoiler alert.
Mhm. Or
That's fu-
Riddler.
oh my god. Why would they do that in that movie?
I don't know. That's one where I was like, well, turning this off. This is stupid.
What the fuck? The first book under Vertigo, going back to something that is important from DC,
Hmm.
is The Nice House by the Sea, which is a sequel book to Nice House by the Lake, which is by James Tynion the Fourth. I really enjoyed that one. I have not read this. I don't know if the first issue came out. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I'm sure it'll be good. James Tynion, he does some good works.
He likes nice houses too, which is
Yeah,
good.
he does. By Bodies of Water.
Hmm.
They announced Vigilante from the Peacemaker show will get a comic book spinoff,
Oh,
so that's fine. That's fine.
interesting.
I love that suit design, so it'll be cool to see that. Also, we're talking about sequels. Another two from DC: Justice League versus Godzilla 2
Mm.
is coming out. So,
To
if you
me,
enjoyed
it's
that first one,
I don't know anything that involves Superman. Like,
yeah, he gets in the first issue. Spoiler: the first one, he gets blasted by Godzilla, and he's down for the count, man.
oh, okay. Well, I guess if that's how you got to do it.
I like the first one enough. Like any of these big IP crossovers are going to be lame, right? But they did this. They had a special variant cover, which is dumb. They had a special variant cover, and I don't know how many of them they did for the series. But when you opened up, it was wrapped, and when you opened it up, it like roared like
Mm,
Godzilla. And I was
that's
like,
great.
this is what they need to do for each issue. This is what would sell me on this book.
Hmm.
Um, Stupid stuff like that. If you're gonna have a stupid cash grab, with the Godzilla stuff, this is what you
Yeah. Speaking of, just I mean, well, I know we're getting into my toy stuff later, but they McFarlane is making a 2-pack with Batman and Godzilla. I think, yeah, pretty sure.
Batman. How many Batman figures did they have out? Too many.
Too many, man. He is one thing that I'll say about McFarlane is he is throwing a little bit more money at him. So some of them are getting too expensive for my taste because they're not like, I don't know. He still hasn't worked out the things that people don't like about his figures, but
Yeah.
he is adding like new faceplates and new hands and like cloth capes and stuff like that. Like I'll take those all day.
Yeah.
But at any rate, yeah, there's so many Batmans on the shelf right now. But we are getting we do get weird characters too.
I do like that. Yeah,
Which is
I do
nice.
like that. All right, but real quick, I'm gonna hit these final notes on just sort of like comic book stuff. Star Wars Jedi Knights was announced by Marvel. I'm really interested in that because it's a series set right before Phantom Menace, so it'll be cool to see some of those characters. Hopefully, it's good. Fingers crossed. Wolfman trailer came out. I don't know if that's comic book related, but by Blumhouse.
You know, like the Universal Monster Wolfman, or
Yeah,
that's cool.
it looks good.
Does that have
It looks
Benicio
good.
del Toro?
Also, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I'm excited about that one.
Electric.
I really liked the first one. It was so, as someone that has no history of Five Nights at Freddy or like any knowledge about it. My son knows about it. I watched it and was like, yeah, this is great. It's like a really silly, stupid horror movie, which I hate horror movies. So if I'm going to watch one, it needs to be silly like that.
Yeah, a kid horror movie.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this sequel.
Five Nights at Freddy's is such a weird property because like the game theorist or whatever did a long series about the secret lore of it, and it's like kind of effed up. And so
yeah,
it's weird to see that it became such a kid's thing.
Yeah, kids
like,
love it, and I think the kids don't dive into the deep lore of it. I think that's what it's like. When Sesame Street does the, they do like the skits with movies from like back in the day, Pulp Fiction. So the kids don't fucking watch that, but it's for like the adults that are there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're sitting there watching it with your kids. This is a reference that you'll get. Your kid won't, but it's funny.
Yeah.
So maybe because I did a deep dive on the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah, I love that Muppet scene where the girl's in the bathroom and she does like a big bump of Coke, and says GD. Like I got it, you know.
Yeah. My kids don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't.
Sticks
they don't know.
Oh god! Marvel announced, and this Doctor Doom is becoming the emperor of the Marvel universe in 2025 because of course he is. He's about to be Robert Downey Jr. They need to shove Doctor Doom. Like Doctor Doom is a big enough character. They don't need to shove him down people's throats, but they're going to. He becomes the Sorcerer Supreme in February 2025. So he wasn't powerful before. He is even more powerful now. There you go.
That's exciting.
That's exciting. Also, Funko released a, I don't care. Distillery has 11. It's an independent publisher. Came out last year before last. They put out these really high quality, artsy comic books, and a lot of them are in like a square format, so they're kind of frustrating to collect because all of my bins are not like that. So I have to like put them inside. Distillery announced 11 new comics for 2025, and they all look so good. I would love to go into deep dive on them, but I think I talked about them online, so I won't rehash any of that. They look great though. If you want to talk about them, hit me up because I will talk with you about it. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with it. And we got the future of Dragon Ball video games. Spoiler alert: it's the same as the past, except now they're just gonna add Dragon Ball Daima to everything. Dragon Ball Daima is in Xenoverse 2. That game will never die. They're going to add a storyline in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That game will stay alive forever. And in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, obviously, they're going to add Daima characters. So
that's so interesting. Xenoverse is so old.
Yeah.
But it's fine,
like,
man.
hey, whoa, hold on. We got a new completely new Dragon Ball property, let's add it.
Yeah. It's a great
I
game.
like Xenoverse. I know some people may be tired of
It's
it, but
it's simple, but that's what's fun about it.
yeah. You paid $60 for a game 13 years ago and you still you still get
Yeah.
updated content. That really doesn't happen anymore. So
Nah.
good for them. That's all I really got. I know I missed some things. I'm just kind of butthurt that I'm not there. So let me know what I missed from
Yeah.
the comic book news. So I did see, and we talked about it kind of on. You talked about how you were missing out on some toy stuff there. What happened, man? What was the? Let us know what we missed.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's just I mean, as far as like what I wanted, Mezco had some exclusives that you could get on the show floor that, excuse me, that you could buy beforehand, but they weren't going to ship until afterwards. So there was like a new Doc Nocturnal for anyone that cares about their internal IP stuff. I was not invited to take a picture of that. But the guy that I did, the guy that I was in the last round, like that one figure that I announced, he got asked to do it. So I was like, what the hell, man? I know I did a good job. But he did a great job. I think his were some of the best. And they had a couple of other guys that have done several. But anyway, they had the new Dog Nocturnal there, and these like they're kind of HP Lovecraftian villains, but they're like gangsters. They have crab heads. They're like shrimp crab heads, but they're like gangsters. They had a 2-pack of those that I would have loved to have grabbed on the show floor, because people kind of ruin it. But the toy photography game is to get the figure and take a better picture than anybody else immediately.
First, yeah.
And then, when you don't get that, then you're like, well, fuck. All the ideas are stolen. At any rate, so that was pretty cool. They announced some new stuff. They're doing their Mezco-Con. They haven't been at New York Comic-Con since, my friend said, since COVID. And so they're finally back, and they had several announcements. They had like an Agent Gomez. Again, this is an internal IP, and RumbleCon is all their IP stuff, so it's not like they're announcing new stuff. But they're doing Agent Gomez 1975. He comes with like an afro and shit. I want it.
Damn, I didn't see that.
It's fucking Shaft. It's just like Shaft. It's great. They announced like another villain that was already shown. It's like this kind of crab guy that goes with the little crustacean gangsters. Let's see, a new horror type that goes with the other gangrenous whatever character they already had, which is cool. A lot of stuff like that. They're doing another Baron Benz. Again, this is all internal IP, so if you don't care about this shit, then
skip it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's cool that they came back, and they came back like in full force.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. So it seems like what they're doing is, in the case of like their Rumble Society characters, like Baron Benz came out a long time ago, and he's not expensive, but like if you didn't get that first round, what they're doing is kind of coming up with like a deluxe version of that. So Doc Nocturnal was re-released as this new version. Baron Benz has like new armor and looks a little different. They're really getting into this Doc Nocturnal mythos, because he has like a butler that's a frog, and so they revealed like the whole deal with him, and then he'll be his separate character. The Doc Nocturnal car they were gonna release.
Damn, I didn't see any of that stuff. I gotta look that up now.
But one of the cool things is they a while ago, when they did their Secret Agent Gomez, that's more like James Bond, they were showing this Tangerine character, kind of like a 60s femme fatale character, and she looks great. She's got like an afro and like big white glasses and like a white or an orange bodysuit. She looks cool.
Look this up.
And so that was like Mezco's deal. I'm excited about most of those. Some of the other things, like NECA is bringing back Nightmare Before Christmas, which is cool. I didn't realize that I had a NECA Nightmare Before Christmas character figure. I thought it was McFarlane. It's crazy, but it's on my shelf. So they're re-releasing those, and it looks like they're improving some things. The hip joints on my Jack Skellington always fall off, but it looks like the new ones will be good. Mondo is coming back with 1/6 Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is everywhere, and it will be everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, forever. I saw that. They had a Donatello one that looks pretty
Yeah.
cool. If I was gonna get one, I mean, that would be the one.
Yeah, Mondo had come out with some other ones, but they definitely kind of embraced the new idea. It's maybe more of an IDW idea of these characters, not like the cartoons. So that's exciting. Donatello looks great. Mondo also showed off their real Ghostbusters things. I don't think anybody's going to buy these.
They're expensive. They look cool.
They're like $200. They do come in a 2-pack, so you get like a creature.
Yeah,
but it's a lot. Like that's a lot of money to throw it to get the whole group. They did show what's her name, Melnitz. What's her last name? Or that's her last name, but Janine. They showed they're coming out with her, but I'm like, is she gonna be $100? I ain't gonna buy that shit.
Yeah, right.
They are 112 though, which is cool. Looks like Mondo's doing gargoyles. 1/6. Gross.
Who has room for these giant ass figures, man?
Yeah, you can only get one.
Gargoyles were already big figures, like the regular ones.
Oh yeah, they're stupid. Big announcement that like definitely going in on this is the HasLab for Ghostbusters is a 112 Ecto 1. You can get, and they have 2 sets. They have like a regular set, I think it's $350. It comes with Ghostbusters 1, Ecto 1 with the Librarian and Slimer. And you can get Louis Tully from number 2 if it's backed in the next 2 weeks. He's like the early bird. And then the deluxe pack comes with a conversion kit to create the second movie, Ecto 1. And all the figures in like their darker jumpsuits and some of the goo guns and stuff like that from number 2, which is neat. Not something I need, but cool. The regular Ecto 1 is good enough for me, but pretty exciting. I don't get a lot of vehicles. Well, I lie. I do. I try not to, but I'm always like, the only ones I need are 112, Ecto 1, a DeLorean, which I backed a Kickstarter last year.
Yeah.
So I should be getting that one. I think it's coming out in November. A TMNT turtle van, like cartoon.
I want that. I want that NECA turtle van. I'm not going to ever pay $400 for it, but
no, it's good. And then and the 89 Batmobile and the animated series. And then, so I'm almost done. Once I get that Ecto 1, I'll be good. So that looked really, really cool. I'm excited about that. Jada Toys is out here killing it, man. They're releasing like soft goods plus regular figure 2077 Edge Runner.
I saw that. That seems so random.
They look great, and their Street Fighter figures are amazing for the price.
Yeah, they look good too.
Just on a side note, some of these third parties. So let's see. There's Jada, Jax, Jazzwares. So Jazzwares has come up with a series of like anime figures, and you can get these right now. But they have like My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, Spy Family, whatever. And you can buy these, and they're like $16, $17. And they are good figures.
Jazzwares?
Yeah, I bought Chainsaw Man at Walmart because I was like $17. It'd be all right. But he's got like different faceplates and arms and stuff. It's a good fit. Like the only thing it's missing is like a mid calf swivel to get a few more poses. But
they're like 6-inch.
Yeah, but for $17, and then the Attack on Titan one is really good. Like I said, I got it at GameStop, so it was a little more expensive. It's like $19, but it comes with like, it's Aaron with different faceplates. He's got his like gear. That's good. That's surprising.
I'll have to check those out.
So when you see companies like Marvel Legends selling $25 Wolverines that don't even come with extra hands, like
Yeah,
you're like, what? Where's the cost here?
you know
Um,
where the cost is.
yeah, it's annoying. Uh, there are some GI Joe reveals, whatever.
You like
I
G.I.
like
Joe, man.
I like them in theory. They come with a lot of shit for the price. That's why I like them, and
Yeah,
they're good figures. They come with like all these advanced like drop hips and stuff that you normally
I
see
like
in
G.I. Joe too,
England.
so I'm not hating on you. Like I keep every time I see that Joe figure, I'm like, I gotta buy that.
Yeah, it's stuff to pass them by. Um, so they're cool and they're diving deep. Some Star Wars stuff, whatever. I don't I don't really care about any of that anymore. The they've got some from the new show that they're putting out, Skeleton Crew.
Mm,
But Black Series figures suck now.
yeah,
Like their vintage collection are pretty good, but when you look at everything else, it's like the Star Wars figures are bad.
yeah.
Um, big reveal. So they had the HasLab Sentinel that was like $500. It was big and bulky. They're making a X-Men 97 Sentinel, which is 22 inches tall.
Damn.
Um, but it's 170 bucks and it's on pre-order. You can just buy it. It's not a HasLab.
I kind of like that.
It's cool. It looks like the cartoon from X-Men 97, you know.
I'm looking up all this
So
damn stuff now. So if you hear my click clacking, ignore me. I'll mute my
it
mic.
looks
Sorry.
really good. Yeah, no, it's cool. It looks good. It's got like the damaged face. It doesn't have they don't have what is this master mold? Doesn't have that head sculpt, but
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it pulled up. It looks great, man.
it looks
Wow, it
good.
does look good.
It looks good. So
You can even
I'm not.
buy multiples of them because it doesn't cost as much as the other one.
Yeah, right. It's like if you have the other one, just sell it and buy 3 of these.
Yeah. Oh my
They
gosh.
So that looks cool. I'm pretty excited about that. What else? What else?
No, Todd had some stuff.
Yeah, he's, Todd McFarlane. He's releasing a lot of the new statues, which is cool. The Secret Wars, Spider-Man, a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
I've seen some of those, man. They look great. But
They really do.
I always think like, where am I gonna put that? Like, I would have to build a shelf or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they look cool though. I mean, they
they
really
do look
do.
good. If you
I
got the
don't
space for it, I mean, I'm not slighting them at all. They look great.
I don't love I just saw this. So right now, if you buy one of his figures, usually the platinum is like a kind of a new figure. So if you were to go buy Hawkman, like you would get the regular one, but then if you got the platinum, it would be like the classic colors.
Okay.
And now he's doing it where he has a color chase, which is the regular platinum, but then you get the red thing and it's like a whole new character. And that is stupid. And I fucking hate it.
So it's almost
Um,
like and it's random, right? They do random drops of the
sometimes you will get an entire, like at my Target, they had an entire case of unique characters, like
that's
Max
crazy.
Mercury. They're doing War of the Gems, I think, comic or video game colored characters. So Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and Flash, like Superman with the long hair and Darkseid.
Mm.
So that's cool. Um,
Yeah, like the '90s era.
yeah, Batman and Robin, Batmobile. I know you're excited about that. That's coming
Gotta get,
out.
gotta get it, man. I love that Batmobile. I know no one does, but obviously somebody does. If Todd's making it, or he
I
just
think
loves,
he just has to complete the set.
yeah, he just loves making Batman stuff. I love that Batmobile so much.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. But I feel like in my head, it's like a live action version of the animated series one. Not
Which
saying it's a
animated series?
not saying it's a good one, but the animated series has the long
Hmm.
front to it, and that's like what they did with that one. Not saying it's a good adaptation,
Yeah.
but that's how I see it.
They're doing Joker figures where you can buy the Murray Franklin set where he blows his head off.
I
That's a
didn't see that. I did. Oh yeah. I did see that. I did see that.
fantastic work,
I did see that.
Todd.
It'd be cool if it
Um,
like pressed a button and
Yeah, there was
It
like
was
blood
like,
splatter. I love this Orion one though. That's crazy. That's a fun figure. That's a good one. I like that.
yeah, I like Orion a lot.
They're doing some more animated series figures, build a figure Bruce Wayne, which is cool. I don't know if they originally made a Bruce Wayne.
Build a figure is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, the animated series Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I was like regular Bruce Wayne. That's lame. Dude.
Yeah.
Just
They're
a white guy.
yeah, just a white dude. They're re-releasing Thomas Wayne and Zoom, and he comes with his guns, which is cool.
Oh, that's gotta be a markup.
Yeah, yeah. They have to pay for the license approval on the guns. Oh, it's King Kong, Monster vs. King Kong, and Batman. That was the 2-pack that I'm at. Diamond Select had some neat stuff. I kind of
Hold
worked
on.
for them.
Before we move on from DC, they announced another Batmobile.
Oh, yeah.
Another
That's already
Batmobile.
that one's already on pre-order. So they had 2 versions of Batman Beyonds. You could buy the one from McFarlane or Walmart, and it came with the Batman Beyond figure. And he's like in his red highlighted suit. But they also have it on Amazon. It's just the Batmobile. But it kind of sucks because the 2-pack with the Batman Beyond is like $100. But just the Batmobile is like 90. It's like, you tell me this figure's only $10? Couldn't take more off of that? So that's crazy. But you're on mute. That was an instant pre-order though, for sure.
Yeah. I was showing my wife about it, and she was like, "Why is he red?" In like weird accents, and it's like it's because that's what he looks like inside.
You don't know shit. That's what
He's not supposed to. He's not supposed to be outside of the Batmobile. I don't know why they posed him like that.
Yeah. I saw a few Diamond Select. They're Diamond Select, like, they are very hit or miss, and it's sad because they like their Walking Dead figures are really cool. Got those recently, really great comic. They're black and white, neat. But they're making Deadpool and Wolverine from the movies. I'm sure they won't be great. We'll see. Maybe, who knows? They're making a Marvel Select animated Hobgoblin, and they're redoing Carnage, which is, I don't know if I love that Carnage, but
Diamond Select is?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to be disappointed. They're better than Super 7. I will always, they're definitely better than Super 7. Super 7 just breaks my heart every time.
Yeah, their concept designs of their characters look so good.
Yeah, but they can't
when they come out.
Can't ever stand up, man. He's coming out with like the red one statues, like that freaking Santa Claus movie with The Rock. McFarlane is.
Of course he is. They just give that dude any like toy license. They're like, yeah, just give it to him.
Yeah.
Sidebar: I think I liked this Batmobile from Batman and Robin because I had the toy when I was a kid.
It's not terrible. It's just
I think that's why I like it so. I think that's why I like it so much because I just looked up the toy, the figure, and it was like the old one. And I'm like, I had this.
I think Batman Forever is probably one of my favorites, and it is
I like
very
that one a lot
stupid as well.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Batman, they're doing the Snyderverse too. Todd McFarlane. I think it's on pre-order now, but you can get Armored Batman, Nightmare Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman and Ninja Turtle Doomsday. So
I could not care less about a part of a franchise. And I know if you're a Snyder fan out there, it's time to let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is, man. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care for it.
As long as Todd can sell some figures, I guess.
Yeah. The only other thing that was like an announcement that was kind of cool is SH Figure. I mean, there's so many. And like you said, I can't cover everything, but SH Figure Arts just released a pre-order for their Peter B. Parker with Little May in like the papoose thing, the baby Bjorn, and she's articulated, so that one's kind of a must-have.
It looks real good.
Yeah, it looks cool, but it's expensive. Like $130. I'm like, shit, $30 for a baby?
Yeah, that is expensive. And one thing that I noticed toy wise is that NECA is making the 2012 Ninja Turtle figures.
Yes, yeah. They actually showed off the model. They had announced that
Okay.
at San Diego, but yeah, they showed off the models and they look good.
Yeah,
They're pinless and they look nice.
they look good because I want those ones that you talk about a few times. I don't know who made them,
Joy Toy.
but oh, they're so expensive though. The
Wait.
2012 animated series figures,
Oh, those are Revolt Tech. Yeah, no, ridiculously expensive.
they're like crazy. They're like $400 for one.
Yeah.
They're expensive and they look good, but these ones look really good, man.
Yeah, the Revolt
I'm
Tech
gonna probably
one,
get these.
those are always stylized anyway to
Yeah,
their whatever, but I would they look great, but I would never pay that much for them. But these
yeah,
NECA ones, I'm all over it. Comes with ice cream kitty. I mean, come on,
gotta
easy.
get it, gotta get it, man. Yeah, they look so good. Definitely gonna snag those. I was hoping that Mezco was gonna announce, "Hey, we're gonna do another run of the Mezco Turtles." Here you go, guys.
I don't think that they will. I think that
Yeah,
the animated turtles was like, oh, you missed out. Well, here are these.
yeah, and I've found a few Mezco the animated turtles for about the same price that they came out for.
Yeah,
Um,
people jumped on them quick because they thought they were going to be worth a lot more.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I might get those. I'd be more inclined to get it if Donnie didn't have those dead ass eyes. I hate that about the 1987 Turtles, where they just have those like dilated pupils, just like staring into the abyss.
yeah.
I hate it. I know
I've
there's like
seen.
someone made it an alt head.
Yeah, there's some people that would make them, and that's just part of it. Like some people don't like the regular, like Donatello. They feel like they did him wrong on both series because the first one he
Yeah,
looks like dehydrated.
yeah,
But I like him
yeah.
either way.
I've looked
Uh,
up the first run of Mezco Turtles, and those I'm not going to pay $850 for
Now,
Ninja Turtles.
the
Just
best thing
not.
for you to do is if you want those, you get on the Mesco site, you get on the wait list because sometimes the
Yeah,
randomly they'll just get a new shipment in. It may be a year from now, but they'll be like,
yeah.
"Oh, that thing you
I
ordered
got
is we have them."
I got those four guys, man. That's all I need.
Yeah,
Thank
those are good ones.
you. That's all I need. But there's just too many. If you try to collect all the turtles, it's just too many. Hot Boys, Heat Boys just came out with
Yeah,
Hot Boys, the whole rap group. They're
Heat
coming out
Boys.
with the
Yeah,
freaking turtles. Heat Boys is coming out with another set. Well, I guess you can't really count their other set. They're giant mechs as turtles, but they're coming out with the set of turtles. They look good, but it's like
yeah,
I don't
and they
need more turtles, man.
at WonderCon. What you have to do is you find like I'm nostalgic about the movie, so I've got the Secret of the Ooze ones. Got those.
Yeah,
Had to have
I
the
would get
Mesco ones. Last Ronin, great series, had to have those. Do I need Turtles
yeah.
3? No, that's one that could probably go out of my collection. The
That's probably
Lawson
the one I need to
Turtles,
get.
uh, Lawson Turtles, I don't care so much for. They don't move, like those can come out.
Yeah.
But at WonderCon, they did show this kind of third party doing the turtles, and they look real good. Like if there were an ultimate one, these Heat
Dude,
Boys might be really good, but
do you know who it
uh,
is?
I can't remember. I can't remember, but they had like noticeable ab crunch. Like they look like really good figures. So
Um,
we'll see.
I like the Joy Toy ones.
Yeah, they look pretty
They're
good. I
small.
didn't. They are tiny. I and the ones that I've got that are third party, they're about to come out with Mikey. They're releasing them like one a year, which sucks, but those are really good. They're Fury toys or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen those. They're really stylized.
Yeah, I kind of prefer those over the Joy Toy ones. I haven't gotten them yet, and I wish I could cancel my order because I don't know if I care. But I was like, oh, I'll regret it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I like the villains that they've come out with more than the turtles. The turtles look fine.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I care about them. But anyway, that's the majority of shit that I saw. That was a big
Yeah,
rundown. I'm especially excited about the Ecto one. Um, just because I love that franchise.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited about that. I mean, I do love the franchise too. I would get the XO1. That's one thing. I'm like you. There's a certain checklist of like franchise related material as far as like vehicles and like props and things like that. And that's one of them.
Yeah,
XO1. I remember having when I was a kid. And I wish I just, you don't think about it when you're a kid. I wish I just kept all that shit.
yeah. If only hadn't just thrown it away.
My parents like just didn't give a fuck. So they're just like, who cares about that?
Hmm.
So I wish I would have kept all that stuff. I had the stupid backpack and everything.
Oh yeah, man, the backpack,
I could
so
have
good.
just, I could have paid for my kids' college with all that crap.
Yeah, with the foam
Yeah.
thing, and it goes.
Um,
Didn't make any sense.
but let us know what we missed from New York Comic-Con. I know this was sort of a ramble. Sorry, we weren't there. It would be different if we were there. We were giving you guys a recap. We weren't there. But next year, I really think we're going to make it a priority to try to go.
Yeah, I would like to go, and
Yeah.
it's really, if you go for like 1 or 2 days, like a lot of Mezco had all their exclusives day one, so you
Yeah,
go
so we
on
gotta
Friday.
go on. We gotta go on Thursday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, I
so
mean, they
we're
still
there.
had them on Friday too. So
Well, I mean, so we're there. So we're not like flying in on Friday
right, yeah, yeah. Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
tired. Yeah,
yeah.
so we'd go on Thursday and then just make a whole day of it. Because I'm the type of person that if I do something one time, I don't ever have to do it again.
Right, yeah. That's how I am. I think that
Like,
really frustrates Nicole because she wants to go to New York, and I was like, I've been there.
that's where, yeah, my wife just went with her friend only because we went when we were in high school, and then she was like, "Do you want to go?" She wanted to go so bad she'd never been, and I was like, "Not really, man. I really don't want to." Not saying that you and I hit the city. We were kids. It's not like we hit the city and did all the things, but we did
And
enough of the things.
yeah, we did a lot of it, and we didn't have to organize it, which makes it a lot
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, we went to 3 Broadway shows. I'm never gonna do that in my life. I'm never going to plan that myself in my life.
Nicole was like, I said, "You're not going to go to Broadway?" She was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "That's why you go to New York."
That's the attraction, right? No, it's the hobo fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm in for.
Let us know
Mm.
what we missed. Simon and I will be there next year. I don't know how. I'm sure we can figure it out. We're adults.
We'll fly a drone in.
Yeah. With pictures of her face on it.
Mhm.
I don't. Maybe we'll try to go to San Diego Comic Con. I'm not going to like really worry about that one. Again, too many people.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. They all look good, and I have plenty of friends that go, and I know that they're not like
Yeah,
doing much better than me. So if they can do it,
yeah,
we can do it.
yeah. We got to have our people reach out to their people. We're going to do it. And so next year, if we're still alive, 1, 2, if Simon hasn't cut ties with me officially, and 3, if I don't have something better.
Yikes!
Oh god. And that's no slight to New York Comic Con. I have kids. So
Yeah, man, for
that's
sure.
life. That's life.
That's what all people say.
We're circling the drain. My wife is just breathing down my neck.
She's literally standing there like,
Yeah. I cut it out of I'm gonna cut it out of the audio, but yeah, she popped in here and let me know that I need to get the fuck off the
she's like, I don't
internet.
care. I don't care about your friends. Let's go.
At least she's not as mean as she used to be. Like first when I first met her, that Madison, she would have just unplugged the Wi-Fi. That would've been it. Now she's a sweetheart, so I got lucky. But I
Softened
love
her
you,
up.
Sam. I love you,
Love you too,
Sam.
man.
I love you, everyone listening. Thanks for sticking with us in this weird year. It's just been a weird year. Simon's got life stuff going on. I've got jobs for some reason, multiple jobs, moving in a little bit. I mean, it's just been a weird year. So thanks for bearing with us in our 2024. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe.
So depressed.
I'm just kidding. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for sticking around. We're circling the drain. Sam.
Bye.